Picked up this really awesome heat shrink kit, and it's got pretty much every size you could ever want there, so that won't be a problem. Also gonna neaten this pack up, put some heat shrink on it, maybe a little protection before I heat shrink, and I want to start working on my Dewalt pack, so let's see what I can do here. Just threw a couple of zip ties on my balance leads, got them oriented, and then I just cut some PVC liner, and I'm putting it on the top bottom of the cells so I can heat shrink it and it doesn't really poke through. Kind of gives it a little extra protection. So let's cut some heat shrink and get the heat gun, see what this thing can do. Got the heat shrink, cut the size, and gonna put it over it and get it ready to go. Shrunk down the heat shrink, and didn't come out as nice as I want it to, but it's going to protect everything, and it's pretty good. So now I just got to get an XT60 on the end of this thing, and this pack's good. I can start working on the next one. Well, I'm charging the new 5-cell pack I just heat shrunk down. I'm only bringing it up to like 3.88 store voltage, but as you can see, this thing it's got a smarter way of charging. Kind of just throws amps wherever it needs to go per cell. It doesn't like bleed down a cell and charge the other two up. It's pretty smart. The fans are quite annoying though. As you can see, I got a little piece of foam underneath the charger. Kind of stops it from vibrating. These fans are super loud. They kick on and off while it's doing the end charge here. Trying to get them all right at 3.88. And this pack's GR cells, so they got higher capacity and probably bad IR. So it's going to take a while. Alright, so I have this 12-volt air pump here that I like to use to pump up my tires on my Jeep, my street bike, and my bicycles. So I want to solder this XT60 connector to it, but as you can see, it's a used connector. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pull this heat shrink off and shorten up these wires and solder it onto it so I can use it. Stripped up some fresh copper. I got the connections ready to go. I also cut 2 little pieces of heat shrink. I'm going to slip them over the copper wiring here and solder it down. Got my iron heating up. I ended up having to cut some larger heat shrink because these XT60s you have to kind of slip the heat shrink into the housing. But I found the right size, and I'm going to slip it over there and heat it down. Get this thing ready to go. And there you have it, finished product. Now I can unhook the other end of that connector and plug it into my battery and test it out.